One other camera that recorded people who were already dead, long extended version, high CTR. At 3:14 a.m., the system generated a file. No motion alert, no manual request, no scheduled recording. The building was empty. Still, the upload appeared in the archive, tagged, compressed, and stored exactly the way a normal security recording would be, as if someone, or something, had followed the rules. The building, the office complex, stood in an industrial zone that had slowly emptied over the last decade. Warehouses closed, startups failed. The parking lots cracked and filled with weeds. The building itself was modern once, glass walls, polished floors, open-plan offices designed to make people feel productive and replaceable at the same time. Then the company folded. Electricity was cut everywhere except emergency lines. Security cameras remained online for insurance compliance. No guards, no staff, no visitors. For 11 months, nothing moved inside the building until the first file appeared. Out of the first recording, the file name followed standard protocol, cam01/lobby/0/31407. The analyst noticed it during a routine system check. At first, he assumed it was corrupted data, something left behind from a software update. But when he opened it, the footage loaded cleanly. The lobby was dim, lit only by emergency lighting. Dust covered the floor. A ceiling tile lay broken near the reception desk. Then a man entered the frame. He didn't rush. He didn't look around. He walked directly to the center of the lobby and stopped beneath the camera. He looked up, directly into the lens. The audio channel activated. That should not have happened. "I think I'm not supposed to be here yet." The man waited, as if expecting instructions. Then the video ended. Booked identification. Facial recognition software flagged him almost instantly. Elliot Marsh, age 46. Status, deceased. Cause of death, cardiac arrest. Location, City General Hospital. Time of death, 14 days earlier. There was a signed death certificate. There were hospital records. There was footage of his funeral. Elliot Marsh was dead, and now he was standing in a building he had never visited while alive. The second file. At 3:36 a.m., another upload appeared. Different camera, fourth floor hallway. A woman stood under a flickering emergency light. She wasn't panicking. She wasn't confused. She was crying quietly. Her shoulders trembled as if she were trying not to be heard. She whispered, "They told me I had more time." Her face matched a missing persons report filed 3 days earlier. She had not been declared dead yet. More recordings. By sunrise, there were 7 files, different floors, different people, same behavior. They entered calmly, they stopped, they spoke. Some apologized, some asked questions, some said nothing at all. None of them tried to leave. The pattern investigators cross-referenced every individual. The connection wasn't obvious at first. No shared location, no shared employer, no shared criminal history. Then someone noticed the timing. Every person in the footage had recently experienced a near-death event, a car accident where the airbag deployed milliseconds too late, an overdose reversed just in time, a fall that should have broken a neck. Some survived, some didn't, but all of them appeared on camera after the moment their life should have ended. The system won't turn off. Technicians tried to shut the cameras down. The uploads continued. They disconnected the building from the network. Files still appeared, time-stamped and archived. They cut emergency power. Battery indicators drained to zero. The system kept running. The cameras were not recording live events. They were recording scheduled arrivals. The audio beneath the audio. An analyst isolated the sound from all 7 recordings. Beneath every human voice there was another signal, low, steady, artificial. The same sentence repeated quietly in every file. "Please wait to be processed." The people in the footage never reacted, as if they couldn't hear it. the control room. At 6:02 a.m., the final video uploaded. It came from a camera that should not have been active. The security control room, empty chairs, inactive consoles, monitors glowing softly. Then the feed zoomed in on the main screen. A new file name appeared in the archive. It wasn't a timestamp. It was a name, The Analysts. Aftermath. Authorities sealed the building. Cameras were removed. Servers were destroyed. The case was buried. Official explanation: data corruption. But 2 weeks later, a private security firm reported something strange. A new building, new cameras, new system. One camera uploaded a file without being triggered. The file name was simple: Q, active. The detail no one could explain. The timestamp was set 2 hours in the future. The camera that recorded people who were already dead. Part 2. The Q. The analyst didn't open the file right away. He stared at the screen for almost a full minute, reading his own name in the archive list as if it might change if he waited long enough. It didn't. The file name wasn't corrupted, it wasn't truncated, it wasn't auto-generated. It was his full, legal name, spelled correctly, and it was timestamped 2 hours in the future. The missing footage. Before anyone could stop him, the analyst made a copy, not of the video, of the metadata. He knew better than to watch it first. The file size was larger than the others. The codec was different. The compression ratio suggested longer duration. This wasn't a clip, it was a session. The first rule. He noticed something no one else had yet. All previous videos ended the same way, not with a cut, not with static. They ended when the person stopped speaking, as if the system stopped caring the moment the subject stopped interacting. The analyst's file had no end time stamp. The building wasn't empty. Authorities had sealed the original site within hours, but security footage from surrounding streets told a different story. Between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m., people had approached the building. They didn't enter through the main doors, they didn't break in, they simply stood near the entrance, waiting, some for minutes, some for over an hour, then they left. No one could explain why. A new category. Hospitals began reporting something strange later that day. Patients who had been declared clinically dead, then revived, were describing the same place. Not dreams, not hallucinations, descriptions, a large building, long corridors, a feeling of being on hold. Doctors dismissed it as trauma response, until the descriptions started matching floor layouts from the abandoned complex. You are the Q. The word appeared in internal documentation for the first time, not officially. Someone had typed it into a shared note. It doesn't record death, it records people waiting to find out if they're allowed to leave. That was when the theory shifted. The cameras weren't observing, they were processing what the cameras really were. A systems engineer noticed something buried deep in the firmware. The cameras were not configured as security devices, they were configured as checkpoints. They didn't activate on motion, they activated on arrival, not physical arrival, existential arrival. You know, the dead who left, 3 people from the first set of videos were confirmed alive, not revived, alive. They had been recorded, they had waited, and then they had left the building, off camera. All 3 woke up in hospitals hours later. None of them remembered leaving. All 3 remembered being told to wait. The ones who didn't, the dead never left the frame. They stopped speaking, they stopped moving, they simply remained. Until the system closed the session. The second location. 2 weeks after the original site was demolished, a new camera uploaded a file. Different city, different company, same codec, same audio layer, same message beneath the sound. Please wait to be processed. The building was still occupied. People worked there. None of them noticed the upload. Now the analyst's video against orders, The analyst finally opened his file. The footage showed a room he recognized, a hospital corridor, white walls, dim lights, night shift, quiet. The camera angle was wrong, too high, too still. The analyst appeared in frame, unconscious on a gurney. Doctors moved around him. Then the image changed, the gurney disappeared, the corridor stretched, and the analyst stood up. He looked at the camera and said, "I remember deciding not to go yet." The video kept recording. The limit. No one knows how many cameras are active now. No one knows how many buildings are involved. Insurance companies stopped reporting anomalies. Hospitals stopped sharing data. Officially, the system does not exist. Unofficially, emergency workers have started using a phrase among themselves. When a patient is revived against the odds, they say they got out of the queue. With the last detail. The analyst survived. He resigned. He moved. He refuses to enter buildings with security cameras because he noticed something in his own footage. Just before he left the frame, the system generated a new file name, not a time, just a number, 000002. Epilogue. Somewhere right now, a camera is recording a person who hasn't died yet. They don't know it, they won't feel it, but the file already exists, waiting.